I never broke the table. There's no hair evidence on the table over there. No, it wasn't. It couldn't have been me. It was probably Nikki. Or why are you shaking my camera? Oh, I didn't break the camera either. I just shake stuff around. Coach Greg, and in today's video, I'm going over OmarIsuf's video called The Uncomfortable Truth of Staying Lean. In this video, he has a different take on what most people would consider uncomfortable truths. We're going to watch the video, we're going to learn from him and see what exactly are you missing. So many people yo-yo diet, they can't seem to lose the weight and keep it off. He has some excellent tips. We're going to go over them, share them with you so that you can apply these tips in your own weight loss journey.
If you think I'm going to give you my macros, you are sadly mistaken. It's not going to help you. This channel is built off of giving practical, usable information.
So in this video, we're giving you practical tips on what you can do to lose the weight and keep it off. Not gonna say eat this many calories and this many macros and this percent of that and this percent of that. It's a mindset. So many people have lost weight, no problem. Pretty much anyone can lose some weight. Problem is they regain it. But in this video, we're talking about what you can do to change your mindset so that you can actually lose this weight, keep it off once and for all.
Focus on leveling up the skills and behaviors necessary to produce the desired outcome rather than the outcome itself, and you'll be surprised by the results.
And wow, that is a mouthful, but it does in fact mean a lot, and it's very important to understand this. Rather than focusing on the outcome, I have 10 pounds to lose. I need to lose 10 pounds. I need the scale to go down. Focus on what you need to do to get there without worrying about actually getting there. Whether you get there or not, that doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter!
The Rock knows that doesn't matter, but what does matter is, can you implement these changes, learn them, and keep using them for the rest of your life? Dieting, it's kind of like riding a bike. Once you learn what to do, it becomes easier each time. Eventually you get to the point where you just keep riding. The problem is people stop riding. They stop dieting. They stop doing what they know they need to do. So rather than focusing on an end goal, focus on what you're doing to get to that end goal.
A lot of that has to do with the commitment itself. So dietary adherence. Most people know what they need to do. It's following through that's the issue.
For the most part, most people actually know what's good for them and what's not good for them. Overall, in general, most people know when they're eating a healthy diet and when they're not. The problem is they can't stick to it. They don't have the willpower. But if you're focusing your diet on having willpower, it will never work. Willpower is fleeting. You cannot always have enough willpower. It's easy at first, New Year's resolutions, weddings, photo shoots, going down south on a beach vacation. But overall, you need to be able to do this year round. So you need to focus on a diet that you enjoy, that tastes good, that keeps you satiated. If you can do that, you're well on your way to losing the weight and keeping it off. So rather than focusing on, I need to lose 50 pounds, focus on what diet do I like that can help me to lose weight. And if you're trying to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit. So all you need to do for this step is to choose a diet that you enjoy that allows you to eat in a calorie deficit. If you can do that, you're guaranteed going to lose weight. You hear that? Guaranteed. The next thing he discusses is what are the possible things that can cause you to fail in your diet? You need to know these. You need to be proactive. Are there certain foods that are just bad for you in general? Perhaps they're trigger foods. If you have candies and chips on the counter in front of you and you're staring at it all day, you're going to be highly likely to eat some. And perhaps once you start eating a chip, you can't just eat one. You eat the entire bag. If you know this, then be proactive and don't have those foods in the house.
What are the things that kind of will derail you? So either foods, social situations, or other behaviors that are negative influences on your outcome.
Next, social situations. Perhaps you're out at a party or at a restaurant, and once you go there, you know you're just going to binge. You can't stop. If you're aware of that in advance, you can do things to prevent that. If you're going out to a restaurant and you know you're about to eat 5,000 calories at the buffet, why not fill yourself with low-calorie dense foods before you get there? Have a large salad before you leave the house. That way you're full. And when you get there, you're going to eat a lot less. Let's face it, if you're starving and you get to a buffet, you're going to eat a lot more calories than if you're already satisfied before you even get there. And then we have negative behaviors. Perhaps you're out partying Saturday night, you're drunk at the bar, and what happens at the end of the night? Let's get poutine, wings, burgers, fries, and you eat 5,000 calories while you're half in the bag. You wake up the next morning, and what do? You eat more of it. What is wrong with you? If you realize you have these negative behaviors in the first place, then the next time just say, no, I'm getting a cab, I'm going home right now. Right now. And when you order that pizza and garlic fingers the next day after you're drunk, you say, no, I'm not going to get that. I'm going to order this instead. If you're aware of these and are proactive, you can help prevent them from happening in the first place.
A lot of people just think to themselves, I gotta lose 10 pounds. I need to lose 10 pounds. 10 pounds is the goal, rather than all the steps along the way.
And so rather than thinking, how do I lose these 10 pounds? What am I going to do? I must lose this weight. Think, how do I change my behaviors so that I'm better, that I'm healthier, that I eventually could learn to lose weight? Don't focus on the 10 pounds you have to lose. Focus on the things you need to change that will allow you or put you into a better environment to lose that weight.
What I wanted to try several years ago was a sustainable nutrition paradigm for introducing the concept of several different things I used. Dietary breaks when I was leaning down.
And so he mentioned dieting breaks. If you're on a cut, you can have a diet break. That can work for someone and not for someone else. If you're someone that once you go on a diet break, you find it hard to go back on that diet, then it won't work for you. But if you're someone that can only handle a certain diet for so long, then that's great advice. That's about being proactive, knowing your body, knowing what you can do. If you know that every time you go on a 2 or 3 month diet, halfway through you give up because you can't stand the diet anymore, then you shouldn't be trying to diet for 8 to 12 weeks. However, if you've had a diet break in the past and after eating off plan for a week, you find it easy to get back on the plan, then use it again. My advice, diet as slow as humanly possible. The slower you drop calories, the smaller the deficit, the easier it is to sustain that deficit. If you in fact need a diet break, my opinion is that diet was not sustainable in the first place. If you are suffering so badly that you need to go off the diet, that you need a break, the diet is not working. That's my philosophy. We're gonna break the table again, Gert. There goes the table. And the table's broken. Let's see if I can just videotape that.
No, I never broke the table. There's no hair evidence on the table over there. No, it wasn't. It couldn't have been me. It was probably Nikki. Or why are you shaking my camera? Oh, I didn't break your camera either. I just shake stuff around. Gertie, there's literally no food down there.
When I was leaning down, I tend to focus on strength. When I am leaning down, I tend to be a little bit weaker. And so strength is going down. And that is a useful metric.
When you start cutting, you're inevitably going to get weaker. You can't expect to lose 20 pounds and lift all the same lifts as you once were. If you did, your pound for pound strength would clearly have gone up, and you technically have gotten stronger even though you're lifting the same amount of weight. When you lose weight, for example, the bar has to come down lower to reach the chest. So if you're lifting the same amount of weight while losing 20 pounds, technically speaking, you've gotten stronger. You're pushing the weight a further distance. If training is fun for you because you're getting stronger and you suddenly start dieting and you get weaker every week, it's no longer going to be fun and you're probably going to give up and you're going to then go on a bulk. You need to change the way you evaluate your training so that it becomes fun again. Rather than saying, I'm going to see how much weight I can lift, perhaps as Omar does, you're going to say, I'm going to see how close to failure I can push myself. I'm going to count how many sets did I do to true failure. How many times did I push myself beyond a certain amount of reps? Perhaps you're a power lifter doing 5 sets of 5. Now that you're cutting, rather than doing 5 sets of 5, you're doing one hard set of 12 to 15 reps to failure. You make it fun, you make it different, and so that when you're cutting and trying to lose weight, it suddenly becomes new, fresh, and exciting. That was one of the reasons I was able to lift for decades and never get bored. I would transition from powerlifting, getting stronger, competing in powerlifting competitions, to dieting for bodybuilding competitions. When I was dieting for bodybuilding competitions, I always got stronger because I was getting leaner. But the image in the mirror made it fun. I no longer had a goal of trying to see how strong I could get. The goal is to get a big pump, to feel fuller, to feel like I'm getting a great workout. It was enjoyable. But after a while, you do the show, that gets boring, and then again, you can make it a goal to get stronger. By changing your focus, change your goal from being strength for part of the year and getting pumps, looking better, leaner for the other part of the year, that can make your training fresh, new, and exciting. And what's really important for dietary or training adherence is that it's fun and that you enjoy it. If you like, love, and enjoy what you're doing, you're very likely going to keep doing it.
So instead of focusing on like, gee, I only have 100 calories left, I'm making sure I'm walking enough, I'm moving around enough, I'm making sure that I have food choices that I find pleasurable.
Focusing on different things can also be a benefit. Rather than focusing on how many calories can I eat in a day, perhaps it's a better metric to focus on how much cardio am I doing. If you get in more cardio, you can clearly eat more. So if you're only allowed a certain amount of calories and that's what you're hyper-focused on, it can get depressing. You're only allowed 2,500. Oh, I'm at 2,400 today. Oh, I hate this. I don't want to do this anymore. Rather than that, if you focus on my goal is to do 150 minutes of cardio a week, perhaps it's 200, 300, depending on your fitness level, that can be a much more enjoyable metric to do. Wow, I'm at 200 minutes. If I do 50 more, I'll reach my weekly goal. Rather than, I can only eat this much, I don't want to, I'm at my calorie limit for the day, that is not fun. Focus more on hunger cues, allow yourself snacks when you need them, focus on low-calorie dense foods so that you're full without eating a lot of calories, and realize this, some days you're going to be hungrier than others. Regardless if you did the exact same workout, you went to bed, got up the same time each and every day, did the same things, some days you're simply going to be hungrier than others. So why is it you're eating the exact same calories every single day? Rather than that, have a range. I'm going to try to eat somewhere between 2,000 and 2,500 calories a day. Some days I'm eating more, 2,500, because I'm hungry on that day. Other days, not really hungry. I'm going to eat 2,000. There's nothing wrong with having a range. And in fact, when I coach clients, they all have a range. They have a range of calories for the day plus an optional snack in case you're hungry. So that 2,000 to 2,500 calorie range, you could do that every day and allow yourself that optional snack if you need it. And if you're hyper-focused on eating the same things every day, don't. Allow yourself to eat foods off the meal plan. Different foods that are not included on your diet. Because if you get a craving for something else and you simply tell yourself, I can never eat pizza again, I can't have that lasagna, you're eventually going to cave and not stick to your diet. You're going to fall off the wagon, and oftentimes people don't get back on.
It does take a lot of work. A lot of people want to hear the quick fix, like, oh, low carb. Oh, wait a second, cut out the fat. That's the real secret here.
And another great point that's brought up, don't look for the quick fix. People want the simple diet. Just don't eat carbs. Only eat once a day. Just cut out this, cut out that. Only eat animals. Don't eat animals. Vegan, vegetarian. There is no one magic diet. There's nothing simple. You need to do the research, and yes, I get it. It's going to take some time, some commitment, but is your health not worth it? You want something simple. Just don't eat after midnight and you'll lose weight. Cut out carbs after dark and you're good. There's a lot more work that needs to be done. You need to be willing to study and research and become an expert for you. Not for me, for you. I'm already an expert. I know my body. I know what to eat, what not to eat. I know what I'm doing. But do you? You need to study and learn your body. Not everyone is going to function the best on the same diet. Some great on keto, others not so great. You need to learn what's best for you and don't think there's a quick fix for that. You need to experiment, and yes, there's going to be trials and error. Some days you're going to discover, I should have done that. This actually worked. That was good. That, never doing that again. I ate this, couldn't get off the toilet. You learn what works and what doesn't. It's going to take time, but if you keep pursuing it, if you keep trying harder than last time, I guarantee you're going to get better.
It's not what you thought you probably were going to hear, but it's what you need to hear.
It's not what you want to hear, it's what you need to hear. Where did I hear that before? And honestly, I went into this video, I thought he was going to tell you all the dangers of having low body fat levels, not feeling good, having no energy in the gym, lacks of sex drive, lower testosterone levels, losing muscle, not feeling the best, being hangry. Thought he was going to go over, never went over any of that. And so it just goes to show how you can learn from every YouTuber. Every YouTuber has a different take, a different opinion opinion on different things. I never thought he would talk about this, made me think, got to do a video about it. And so I'd like to thank Omar for making this great video about the uncomfortable truths of staying lean. Different than what I expected, but certainly a thought-provoking and very beneficial video. Also recommend you watch this video and others. He has a great channel. Ending it here. GregDoucette.com for coaching, Greg Doucette IP Pro. The bloops as per usual. Also, you can get the harder than last time supplements like creatine, terkesterone, pre-workouts, and so dozens of new supplements all coming out. Click the link in the description if you want to get any of these things. Also, the Circle Diet book, My Life's Work, explaining how to lose weight, keep it off. The cookbooks, training books, coaching plans by me and my team. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment for the algorithm, and until next time, I am out.